So if the government starts the CBDC account system, where would owners of precious metals park the cash from the sale of the metals? Is the CBDC account going to be the only transactable account in the U.S.? If not, how would they be able to liquidate metals and use the proceeds?
Okie doke. So we do not know at this point if the CBDC, which stands for those that aren't familiar with that term, central bank digital currency. So, and all of the central banks have been looking at it. So if the government starts the CBDC account system, where would owners of precious metals park the cash from the sale of metals? Now, the next part of the question is really the key to that. So if those are the only accounts that we can use, if they've taken all of the cash and they've taken all of the traditional checking and savings accounts, and the only account were the CBDCs, then when you liquidate the metals, guess where the proceeds are going? Into the CBDC account. There would be no way around it. Part of what I'm trying to do is prevent that. So if we can get maybe, say, 3% of the people to not agree to go into a central bank digital currency account only, if we still had the ability to retain cash, even though it's losing purchasing power, at least it protects our principal. So it's all about options and maintaining the ability to have some options. Because if we don't have any options, well, what are you going to do with your proceeds? Well, they're going to have to go into the only barterable system that there is. But my hope is that we will continue to have a variety of choices so that you are not locked into that one system, that not only would that provide full surveillance of everything, but for governments, this is what they've said. This is not my opinion. This is what they've said. That would give them the ability to do lifetime taxation. And if you're thinking about what once, because they were talking about just having the ability to automatically tax like that, so tax those gains. You know how they tax all of the gains, but if you have losses, then they have to be spread over a period of time, right? So I'm hoping that we are not in a system where they would have full control, because I think everybody out there could see how that would be impacted before the current breakdown that's happening in all of the markets. They would have gotten a lot of your money via taxation, and there would have been nothing that you can do with it. So hopefully we will retain choices, and therefore, when you do liquidate your precious metals, I'm kind of thinking that at this point there would be a reason why you would be liquidating. Maybe it's because we're in the part of the trend where it's time to convert some of those metals into income producing assets. So wherever you would have them, it would be a short-term thing anyway. I mean, anybody that would liquidate,
put it in CBDC, then buy the thing.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that would be the point. But I think you and I both know if we're going to go to a CBDC, the whole point is total control.
100%.
I don't think
100%.
I mean, I don't think you or I, we might hope, but I don't think either one of us believes that if we're going to go to a CBDC system, that there's going to be other choices.
Well, here's the thing. There are more of us than there are of them. And we all vote with our purses. It doesn't matter what you say you want. It matters what you do. Do what I say and not what I do. Thank you, Daddy. I mean, that really is something that is always. So for me personally, that's why I never bought any of the digital currencies, the cryptocurrencies. That's why I don't own any stocks or any bonds. That's why I only own gold, silver, tangible assets, gold, silver, the dynastic wealth pieces, some real estate and things like that. And if everybody realized that they vote with their purses, then that would make a big difference. They couldn't, if everybody that was watching this video went ahead, or watching this show, went ahead and closed out all but the accounts that, like a checking account that they need to pay their bills and things like that, and took all of those proceeds and put it into physical metals, guess what? Once you have them in your possession, they disappear, but it becomes very clear to the powers that be that they can't just take it, right? That they can't just eliminate our choices. But if we just go along with them, heck yes. that's why I felt so strongly when, the store that we both know, and there are other stores that are doing it too, that won't take cash. If you won't take cash, you do not get my business. Whether or not I use cash when I walk into your store, that's my choice. But you don't get to take my choices away from me. That's why that's so important.
I agree with you, but most people in America do not know and do not care to know what's really going on. And therefore, 97% adoption. Easy agreement. They're not going to be like, oh, we're going to take this CBDC, we're just going to put this in place. We're going to have total control. They're not going to tell the truth. It's perception management. They're going to say, this is going to be great. We need it for the economy.
It's so much
going to
more
eliminate
convenient.
the money laundering and all the tax evaders and all the things we're going to, and then people go, okay, cool, let's do it.
Well, but then what that means is that we have not done our job well. Because our job is to educate so that people get to make choices that put their best interest first.
I don't think that it has anything to do with you doing your job well or not. I think it has to do with people's willingness
That's only
to
part of
understand what's really going on.
Yes.
You're doing a great job of communicating what's going on, right? But I mean, and there's a lot of people that are out there doing the same.
I mean, you've known me for a long time that I'm always trying to do it better and better and better. But do I think that I'm doing my job as well as I intend to? No, not if people are procrastinating, because then they don't really believe it. I mean, years ago, when I was talking to some of the other consultants here, and we would discuss this, and it would be like, wow, how can we explain this so that people understand it? Well, I think I do that pretty well, because I focused on it. But then I realized it isn't just so that people understand it. It's so that people believe it. They understand it, but they also believe it and believe the ramifications of what I'm trying to show them. And if somebody is procrastinating, or if somebody doesn't fully understand why they need to own gold or silver, or the rest of the mantra, put in the food, water, energy, etc., then no, I haven't done my job well. It doesn't mean that I'm going to give up trying. I will never give up trying. And I will constantly try and get better and better and better, because I don't want that kind of a world for my children or my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren. Because these people are so arrogant to think that they know what's best for everybody. And I got to tell you, it's actually what's best for themselves. That's all they really care about. So, no.
I agree with you. But we have a culture of people just would rather just bury their head in the sand. No, I'm not saying that. My point is that if they want the CBDCs to come into play, there's nothing we can do about it. They're gonna position it
They're gonna have
into
to,
however they want to get it done. They will get it done. It will be done.
I don't know. I want to, and I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I think that we're going to see a revolution in this country. I'm actually not just in this country. I think there's going to be a global revolution. And so I am really holding out the hope, and I am putting my energy to enough people understand. 97% don't have to understand this. It just has to be the strong, not so silent mix of people that actually do understand this to spread the word, because we vote with our purses. And yeah, if you go along, then I can't even say that you deserve what you get, because I don't think anybody deserves what they have in mind for us, even not understanding anything at all.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, if I actually would buy into that, I might as well just go retire on my bug out house and be done.
I'm not saying you don't try.
I'm never going to give up.
I don't think you should.
You know what?
That's not my point.
Your point is kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm hoping you're really going to correct me on this, is that there's really nothing we can do to stop this garbage that's coming down the pike for us and our children and our families.
They instituted the Federal Reserve in 1913. They've had their charter. They've been eroding the purchasing power. They've been controlling it for 100+ years. And they've been great, and they have been phenomenal at this scam.
But it's over. And people are starting to notice.
I don't disagree
And
that
I'm not-
people aren't
I'm
starting to
not
notice,
saying-
and maybe we do reach a critical mass at some point, a critical mass of people, but they are so clever at creating the perception of, oh, this is going to be awesome. People are going to buy into it hook, line, and sinker.
Only if they can get control of the inflation that they created, and they can't. 9.1 today.
Right, but that might be but if we put in the CBDC, we'll have total
Well, of
control.
course.
And we'll be able to control this inflation, and everybody's lives will go back
I'm not
to
liking
better.
what you're saying today.
It'll go back to better, and
No.
it'll be great for everybody, and everybody goes, yes, let's do it!
I don't agree. I don't agree that people are going to go, yes, okay, you've done such a great job. Just keep doing
I
what
hope
you're
not.
doing.
I hope not.
I might just have to run for president. I don't intend to run for president, I'm telling you, because politics can't fix this. Even if I were in there, we could not fix this that way. The system has to crash. They have to pay off all of the debt. But I will
Yep.
go down with my last fighting breath to fight
have no
this
doubt.
disgusting system.
I have no doubt that you will.
No.
And I mean, look, we are waking up people every day. More people are becoming aware of what's going on. I'm just saying, the cards are stacked against us.
Of course. Well, look, I'm
All
the
the
youngest.
money,
I'm
all
the
the
youngest
control,
of 7.
all the-
I'm used to the cards being stacked against me, and it didn't stop my voice then, and it's not going to stop my voice now. If you like this clip and you want to watch the full video, just click right here, and to subscribe, click right here.